in here to organize it. Sometimes you don't have funds, you don't have the capacity, you don't even have the connections to execute that big idea you have. But there's always a smaller version. You have an idea to shut down go to arena as a public speaker, a motivational speaker, like Sheriff. I know Sheriff. You have that big idea to gather people. Start from small, your class. Like you're calling for the are you running away?
Now, what is the toughest part about taking it from the starting point into something that is sustainable?
Oh, for that question.
I think the toughest part in scaling or in sustaining most of the time is structure. Majority of the people or beyond the innovators, what they do is that they make structures at the start of an idea. Okay, how many followers are we having? How many people are downloading this app? How many people has this thing reached? At the beginning of the innovation, which is not the first thing to chase. You should always find a way to build structure, because structure is what enables your idea to breathe on its own, even when you are not in the room. When you build structure, and in building structure, you make sure that the structure in which you are building has about 3 properties. First is its simplicity. You make sure that it is simple enough so that ordinary people can even understand that your idea, they can use it and they can share it even when you're not in the room. So there's a psychology called the psychology of liking. For innovation, the structure in locomotion is different from how it is in Lagos. The person is most likely to just ignore it and not use it again. And by so doing, such an idea will not be able to scale or will not be able to sustain the test of time. Thank you so much.
Let's give him a round of applause. That's a beautiful response. Have structures in place. Have structures in place. Now, Victory, I'm going to go back to what you said and I asked the first question. You mentioned something about telling your ideas, like be fast about your idea, right? When it comes to you, be quick. Now you use creativity and storytelling to drive impact. Now what would you tell younger people coming up? I mean, I'm a spoken word poet and I really want to drive impact in this digital age. So what would you tell someone like that? What step would you actually give? Because it's very, like I said earlier, be quick to start, right? I am starting now, but that gift I have is different from what another person has. So that gift I have, let's say storytelling and spoken word, right? So how do I use that to drive impact?
Alright, so the world is already a global village where you can find any information at your fingertips. One of the most important things that you definitely need if you want to thrive as a creative, as a poet, even in storytelling, is the fact that you have to seek knowledge, the necessary knowledge that is needed and useful. So when you first of all have the knowledge of what you want to do and the kind of content you want to create, social media is accessible to every single person, that everybody's on their phone. So people want to consume things that are relatable, things that are definitely interesting when they engage. Nobody wants to listen to things that sounds like Shakespearean works and the like. So everybody wants things that are easy to accept, things that are easy to understand, and things that are easy, that goes with the times and the season. So to any young person who wants to venture into storytelling, into public speaking and the likes, and who has an idea to start speaking, is the fact that you want to start telling your story on social media platforms. Meaning that you must optimize for each platform that you're using and find the platform that works with you. If you know that your own kind of content is writing, you want to say, okay, maybe LinkedIn is the perfect place where you should go and try putting out your story out there in the world. So if you know that yours is visuals, that you are creative when it comes to speaking, you're creative when it comes to expressing yourself with emotion, definitely you want to explore platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and the likes. But you must also understand the fact that, okay, which of this platform is suitable for you that you can maximize so well. So if you have an idea, I think the first thing is to first of all understand that, okay, what kind of content you want to create. Now, if you find out that there are different types of poets that you want to model after, you will discover that every single person, when you hear the person's name, you discover that this person has something that they are doing that is distinct from every other person. But if you do the same thing with somebody else, you discover that why should they choose you over that person? Now, you can ask somebody, okay, this poet, you might say, this poet is always talking about social the likes. If you go to another person, you might ask, okay, what is this creative all about? You will discover that this person is also always talking about tech, always talking about technology and the likes. If you go to another person, you will say, okay, maybe this person is not just doing spoken word, but this person is merging it with social impact. So you want to find what works for you so that whenever those people want to invite give you those opportunities, whenever they are coming, they know what they expect whenever they need your service. So those are the things to consider.
Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause for that beautiful response. Thank you. Now I'm going to pick something from what you said, and I'm going to direct the question to Joel Oreofe. Now you're a media personality, media influencer, right? Victory mentioned something about putting your skills out there on social media. That thing you want to start putting out there on social media. Now, how do you balance visibility and responsibility? Right? I mean, everybody wants to go viral. I'm putting my content out there. I definitely want people to see my content. I want to have 1 million views. I want to have 2 million views and all of that. But there are times where you get so centered on the visibility that you actually forget your reason for starting what you started in the first place. So how do you balance visibility and responsibility?
Thank you very much. Word of the research. Those that did a good research. Because for context, I am still an undergraduate student. So whatever, everything Coach Bori and Prof said applies to me. I'm an undergraduate student, a very stressful school. I run a media business, design and videos. I also create content, and not to brag, I'm one of the most consistent persons you will find out there. I'm saying it because I've heard it from so many people. A day doesn't go by, I will not put something. That's WhatsApp. Anyway, so it's very hard to sustain visibility and still be responsible. You can't say you want to go viral as an influencer, as a media personality, so you will not design for your clients, so you will not edit videos. I have to make money, I have to cater for a lot of things. But there is a way that you can do it, and it is that you have to first of all write off balance from your head. You have to pay attention to what matters at the moment. Now, paying attention to what matters, not in the sense that you want to work harder, you want to make sure that life is hard on you. It is simplifying your system, simplifying your process. Okay, how many hours does it take me to create one post for Instagram, for TikTok, for YouTube? How many hours does it take me? Now, how can I make it simpler? How can I make it faster to still have enough time to do this and still be responsible in other aspects? So I think that is the area of strength that I've been trying to develop and actively trying to do past, I think like 5 to 6 months now, how to create faster and still be able to attend to my academics, attend to my work, manage, I have a community by the way, manage my community. And before I drop the mic, please build with people, because if you are doing this kind of thing, and you want to go solo, maybe you watch a lot of influencers, dark things, nobody can do it with me. I'm fighting this life on my own. I'm just going to die. I'm sorry, I'm going to die. But if you find people who believe in the vision with you, you should be able to entrust some things in their hands. If they are good people and they are teachable, teach them what you are doing. Be able to replicate your system. Be able to replicate what you are doing. Let them be able to do it also. If you are an original here, you notice that there was, that's the name of my community, and many of them are. Notice that there was a time that in my community, so I mean, you aspire, this is good, but you're experiencing or something that needs your solution, or having a problem that needs your solution, or are excited about something you're also excited about. And when I say specific relatability, I mean in your content, mention who it is for. Let it be obvious that this is the person that this content is for. Victory's video, I will always be talking about that video. I came to your DM and I said, congratulations on 50K for. He knows what I mean. I said, congratulations on 50K. Know that this video, the way I felt watching this video, there are so many people who are also dreamers like myself, who are watching Victory, who will press follow without even checking his page because of that video. Because why? Specific relatability. Everyone that Victory needs in his community. I have experienced failure at one point or the other, when they are currently struggling with that failure, and they think, oh, I think this is the end of it. But seeing somebody that has specifically faced problem means that, yeah, this is me. They see themselves in that. Okay? So if you are targeting local, local impact and global impact, if you are targeting local, speak to local. Don't throw your message all over the place. You see LinkedIn Lagos. They will not just say LinkedIn conference and put Lagos under somewhere or put to be looking for it. LinkedIn Nigeria, you can see the powerful LinkedIn duo here. They will not just say LinkedIn world and then want in your space. Personally for me, I mentioned Gen Z a lot because I don't want people who come here and say, what are these children doing? This is rebellion. We get them once in a while, but I want Gen Zs in my space. People that believe that, they cannot reach this height because of their age, and I want, okay, look, I have tried something, I failed, but it means that you can also do it, and this possibility means that there's something possible for you. So, sorry, mention who you are looking for. Are you targeting Ibadan people? You want social media to push your content to Ibadan people? Write Ibadan in the caption, comment Ibadan, mention Ibadan people in your post. Let Instagram carry it there, especially TikTok. TikTok is very good at that. If you make a content in my school, in Babcock University, you will see a lot of Babcock on that. When you mention Babcock, when you mention that you are doing this for the betterment of the country, for the youth to have a platform. Okay? The things that government might do, you as a youth.
Please let's clap for our panel. Honor to actually be seated with you all and to ask questions, thought-provoking questions. Please let's give them a round of applause. Very beautiful. We've got questions for our panelists. Can you just signify? No. We are not going to do that. We're going to take just 3 questions. Just 3 questions. Raise your hand. The first 3 persons, put your hands down. The first 3 persons I see. Glory to God, I can't see well without my glasses. So, if we're just going to be very. Oh yeah, 1, 2, ready. First 3 persons I see. I can't just see one. Okay. All right, I saw you, and then one at the back.
Leverage on people around you. Now, let's give you an example. When I conveyed the commercial secondary school, commercial, we spent close to £1 million commercial. We spent close to £1 million, and I can say up to 80% of that money did not come from it. There is a principle called the principle of reciprocation. Businesses gain by partnering with you. Now, once you share your ideas, you are not pitching to borrow money from them or for them to sponsor you. You leave the stage of sponsorship to strategic partnership in such a way that what I tell you that, okay, you partner with me for this program, you are going to have media visibility, we are putting this on the news magazine, we are putting this out there. So everybody, every sector that wants to partner with you would see a reason to partner with you. Now let me give you an example. We were trying to write to the king of Ogbomoso just for him to know about the program. And I wrote in the letter, I gave it to Mr. Peter, and then he said something. He said, Richard, you guys did not request anything from the king. And my response was, we just wanted him to know. And he was like, what do you want the king to do for you for this program? I just said endorsement. So I just said it that way, plainly. And when you pitch something like that, you are not setting targets. Now, when you are starting for the first time, you won't give brands. You won't give brands like, okay, if you want to partner with us, 200,000 naira, 500,000 naira, 700,000 naira. You won't give them targets. You won't give them limits for the first time you are starting. The reason being is that you don't have a social yet for them to just fund you that way. But once you tell them that is anything you have, just bring it. There are some of my classmates that have brands, and they were like, Richard, I want to partner with your program with 5,000 naira. You put our logo on the back. I said, no problem, bring it. So by the time you gather 5,000 naira from about 100 people, 100 friends of yours, you already have 500,000 naira. It's not that you'll be seeking for one particular brand that will just give you 500,000 naira at first. That's it. So once they don't see what they want to, people won't trust you if they don't see what you want to do, or if you don't have a social proof. Now let me give you another analogy. The students I taught free UTME tutorials since 2023. I reached out to them that we want to have programs for your young ones, so you guys should come and support. I had a junior of mine in secondary school that gave me 20,000 naira for
Now we're having giveaway session. Someone that was sleeping has suddenly woken up. Anyways, I know the person sleeping, so even if you win the giveaway, I'll give it to the person sitting beside you. I will not give you the giveaway, so be prepared. But we'll be having a giveaway session, and we'll be giving. Who can guess? I can give you Mr. Olatunji. Should I give them your number? Should I? Yes, it's like sweetest giveaway in this place. Can I give them your number? No, we want yours as well. Can I give them? Yes, he said I can give you his number. Can I give them your number? Can I give them your number? Please, can I give them your contact? Sure. Can I give them your contact? Yes. Please, can I give them your contact? Yes. I see. Oh, you don't need money. Do you need money? You just need their contact. Am I right? If you don't want their contact, raise your hand. Do you want my own? Alright, now we're having a giveaway session. And to handle this, let's give it up for my co-compare, Julie Daniels. Please give her a round of applause, please. Alright, to handle the giveaway session, it's actually not me, but thank you for the applause. To handle the giveaway session, he is a chartered manager. He's a man who is very involved in young lives, and he's very interested in making sure that young people get all that they need, all the skills they need, and improve. Please make welcome with me. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for the mistake. Please make welcome with me, Mr. Damilare Ezekiel. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Good evening, guys. Sorry, I'm not from Nigeria. That's why. All right. I guess she made. Yeah, she said she's chartered manager, but I mean, I just graduated from Obafemi Awolowo University. Yeah, all right. And also, I'm a congress event. They call me the presidential MC. Right. I love that face. Yeah. All right, they said I should give you, right? Should I give it? I should go. Should I give her my phone? Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Okay. They said, why they invited me, said I should do my name. Alright, so I want to ask a question. Am I looking good? said no? Okay. If they put me and they put a private jet, strong with you. Are you serious? Come on. If you're going to put a private jet, strong with you, don't lie now. Why? You saw what? Private jet, why now? Okay, boy, they put me and they put fence, which one with you? Are you kidding? They put me and they put Toyota Corolla, which one with you? Wait, calm down. They put me and they put down Corolla, which one with you? They put me and they put Micra, Micra, are you serious? Okay, wait. They put me here, they owe me. They put me and they put Keke and Pep, which one with you? Are you guys really serious? Okay, wait, they put me and they put Okada, which one with you? They put me and they put bicycle, which one with you? They put me and they put bicycle tire, which one with you? Are you serious? They put me and they put Chivita, which one with you? They put me and they put Omagia, which one with you? They put me and they put Coca-Cola, which one with you? They put me and they put Malaria, which one with you? Don't pick me now. Alright guys, they said I should answer the giveaway. Personally, I will be doing a giveaway here. How much should I give out? Alright, so I need just one person. If you know you are smart and you are student of this campus, you're very smart, just come out. One person.
What's the name?
One person. I might give you something you've not received in your life before. Alright. No, young man, come. I love your confidence. Come. The two of you. Between the man and the woman, who will win? I beg, I know they I'll go Twitter. Please come. Be fast. Are you ready? Please. You must talk. Sierra, you must talk. Are you ready? I am ready. It's very simple now. Use the mic. Okay, calm down. Listen. You must not say yes. Let's go. Are you ready? Are we eating? We're eating. You must talk. No. Am I sure? I feel I should send money to someone. I should send money. Eh? Now tell me, if you know you want to receive my money, just come out. Anybody, don't worry. Playground. You are still here. Meet her. Don't worry. Meet that sister. Hey, only one person. You do it. How do you do it? Who should I pick? Pick anybody. The lady. Why? And senior men, please just wait, don't worry. Auntie, wait. She might not get it now. Okay. Now, Auntie, you went to a good primary school, yes or no?
I went.
DJ, please, can you bring it down? Thank you. Now, recite ABC.
A, B, C to Z.
You know, I'm declaring this. Let's go.
C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
If you clap, someone is in university, don't clap. Okay, let's go. That's it, ABC. Start from saying, let's go. Stressful, not my money. You can go. Senior man.
Z, Y, N.
What if it is? All right. Senior man, you can go. All right, guys. I'm just here to lighten up your mood for you to feel good. I'm MC Black. You can check me on Instagram, and I'll still be here for the rest of the event. And also, I'm a judge. So if you are part of those that want to pitch for the business, don't worry, I'll be the one to judge you. I'm your judge for today. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for having me. God bless. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Can we please appreciate him? Before we go into our next session, please, can we take a moment to appreciate the organizers, the volunteers, the team leads, our speakers. I expect that you're supposed to be doing this already. Can we take a moment to appreciate? All right, like I said before, let's appreciate the organizers, the volunteers, the team leads, our speakers, and the convener of the Idea Nexus Conference, and you, the most amazing audience in the world. Is that we appreciate ourselves? Okay. Also, we'd like to take this moment to appreciate our sponsors. They're the ones that have made this event very possible. As I mentioned their names, I would like that we follow with a round of applause. We have Gamble Alert. We have MTN, Emerging Integrated Systems. Our partners in Nation Builders category, we have Survey, Root Org. Our partners in Campus Builders category, we have Bella Chow. Rotaract Lead City University, Lead City Voices, Beyond the Four Walls, Crown Generation, and LUCMUN. Please can we appreciate them one more time? LCUMUN. Okay, thank you so much. Now we'd now like to invite one of our sponsors to come on stage. They are a part of our partners. I would like them to speak to us about what they do. How would they help us to enhance our skills as professionals? I hope that you're ready. Please welcome with me a representative from Survey to speak about what they do, how they will help us enhance our skills, and what they have for us today.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy to be here, to see great minds seated here this afternoon. Big shout out to the organizers of the Idea Nexus. Trust me, you are doing a great job, and SEB is proud to be a partner of this adventure with you. On March 29, 2020, Nigeria experienced a cultural, social, economic, and physical shift. The federal government announced the lockdown because of the COVID-19 pandemic. It took effect March 30th, 2020 at exactly 11 p.m. People could no longer go to school, go to work, go to their place of business. Everybody had to work remotely. Now that opened the eyes of Nigerians to what it means to be remote workers. it means you can actually sit at home and still get your job done. Now, it's further made it a reality for us to understand the semantics. Globalization is making the world a global village. Are there political science today? All right. It's an obligation for us to train people to become service. So service spelled C-I-R-V-E.
Right. So how am I feeling? I'm feeling quite like I'm feeling good, right? I'm excited to be here. I think this is my second time visiting university, right? I had a younger brother who studied medicine and surgery here, right? So this is my second time.
Please don't look for the younger brother.
So yeah, I'm more inspired. I think I'm inspired a lot, right? So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. I'll direct my question to Mr. Oladoto Ajayi. So, if your younger self was to scroll through your page right now on LinkedIn, on any other platform that you have, what do you think it would say, or he would say?
Okay, so my younger self would say it's saying an audacious person, right? Because all my life I've been someone that I sprout out of a shell. I used to be an extreme introvert, right? I don't want to put my pictures out there because I was always being concerned about what people would say about what I was doing, right? But I was able to jump out of that shell, to think beyond myself, to think beyond the box, and think future, right? Because again, I've studied over time that if you're a young person and you're being concerned about what people think about what you're doing, you might end up not doing as much as you would do if you keep looking at what people will paint you as, right? It's quite very essential and important as well that you make people believe in what you're doing. At the start of what you're doing, people might not exactly have a trust in you, they might not exactly believe in what you're doing, but there's a saying that if you stay long on the path, people don't believe you maybe when you're starting out. Along the line, could show, communicate to people that you're doing just as you're dreamt to do, right? So it's quite essential that you learn to, do as much as you dream to do, and not look at what people would say. So yes.
Thank you, sir. So, also I want to ask, what point you mentioned that you mentioned things about dreaming and how that at some point you need to begin to grow into what you're dreaming about. So, what is that point in your professional journey where you knew that, oh yes, this is the moment where I have put in so much work and now it's so obvious. There's a way that we put in the little work and nobody's seen it. So, what was that point where you said, oh my God, this is it?
To be very realistic, I'm not going to.
Oh wow! So with everything you've done, wow!
I'm not going to that point, right? Because again, I think what makes people think in this regard is majorly about the fact that you already dreamt about something that you not even
yes.
Got into the surface.
You're not close to it, yes, sir.
Right? So I don't think I'm there yet, but what has helped me over the years is majorly about me being concerned about capacity, right? Capacity trumps titles. Every young person nowadays are just very concerned about, let them call me the CEO of this company, the founder of this company, when in the real context, they don't have the capacity to try and make it sustainable, right? So there's something, I would say, there are 4 things when it comes to mastery. There's something called unconscious incompetence, right? That's a phase where you do not exactly know what you're competent about. You don't know what you're doing. There's another one in the next line called conscious competence, right? In this phase, you are aware about what you're doing, and you're just there, right? There's also something called conscious incompetence. This is the phase where you're not aware about what you're doing, and you're aware that you don't know what you should be doing, right? And the last phase that, everybody attempts to get is the unconscious competence, right? This is the phase where you are in a space already and you're already doing so much and you're not even conscious about the fact that you're doing exceptional, right? And I think that's the phase everybody should attempt to get onto and to be towards getting. That phase is the phase where we're able to multiply efforts in terms of capacity building as well, right? So if there's a phase you want to try to attain in your life right now, it's a phase where you are conscious that you are competent in the space, right? You're just doing things you're doing things of competence on a default, right? They're doing something exceptional on the default, right? I mean, part of the course that kept us going during our Just Google events was the fact that excellence is very expensive. Excellence is very costly. And what I mean by costly in this context is not just financial, right? It's capacity, it is time costly, it is prayer costly, it is mentally costly, right? It's on very, very many pedestal that things would sound costly for you on that context, right? So what is very important for every young person to obtain right now is that phase of unconscious competence. So yes.
Thank you, sir. I think that speaks so much of your value because it takes when you see to determine when you feel like you have done enough. There's a way that you begin so much and then people are like, oh my God, and to you, you're just like Coach Olubori was saying, he's doing so much and you're doing so much and we're all in awe, but for you, you've not even started. Thank you so much, sir. You can go ahead.
All right, this question is to Emmanuel Unika. Right, people see the big milestones, or when you walk into a room, you're a brand. By yourself, you're a brand. When you hear Emmanuel Unika, you're like, oh, I know that person because you're a big brand. Right, but people see it, people see your achievements, people see the platforms you stood to speak and all of these things. But what actually and genuinely builds a brand or builds a person are the quiet things you do that people don't see, the consistent habits you develop over the years, right? Those are the things that actually build a brand. So this is me asking, or this is us asking, that what are those quiet things or those things you do behind the scene that people don't really see? I mean, they only see the results. They don't get to see the work. So what are those things you've done consistently over the years that's made you who you are today? Very deep. Very, very deep. Yeah.
Okay. So there are so many moving parts to this question, so many angles I can come from. But I think something I would like to say is to be audacious. I think one of the things, in the course of my speaking or my rendition, I might be tying back to Link to Local Nigeria, right? Because I learned so many lessons from it. And one of the things you learn about being audacious is that it sets you apart, right? Because I usually paint this analogy. There are two scenarios, and you probably agree with me on which one you'd like to go with or journey on. If you want to build a borehole here and you say, okay, everyone, let's go and dig the borehole, the likelihood that people will answer you is slim. But if you say, oh, okay, everyone, let's go to the moon, let's do something that will take us to the moon, the likelihood that maybe more than 50% or 70% of people seated here would like to join you on that journey is very hard. Because why? It is rare. It is something that is hard. It is something that is unheard of, right? So audacity is the key ingredient, right? That gives or sets you apart and makes you a brand. I think more important than that is the kind of project you want to work on, right? It still ties back to the point I stated earlier, right? I feel like one of the things that we can do is to spot gaps and see how we can fill those gaps with solutions and with opportunities, right? And it is when you fill these gaps that you are rewarded with whatever thing life has to give you. Maybe it is the reputation, maybe it is maybe call it fame, or it is the wealth of resources that we eventually have access to, right? So and again, for the things that people don't see, it's hunger, right? What's driving you? They say that, oh, I've done quite a lot, but really I've not done anything, right? Because if I'm to paint a picture of something I would say if I've done and I would be very proud of is probably because I'm someone that's entrepreneurial, I like business, like building big stuff, right? And maybe until I get to that point where I can say, oh, I'm one that has built something as big as OpenAI, a billionaire. Okay, maybe we can start talking about being proud, right? We can start talking about being proud, but for now we're not there. So there's nothing to be proud of or we've done something. No, the hunger is still there. We are trying to get to the top, right?
Let's give him a round of applause. Let's give him a round of applause. Alright. I'm telling you, clap because so so many young people today want to be are able to build something, we just stay there. Okay, I built this and that's it, right? There is no hunger for more. There is no, I want to take this to the next level. I want this to go global and all of that. So the hunger part, I think it's really, really important. So don't just, you've done this, that's not the end. Like, there is more to achieve, and you can actually take that thing you're building to the global level. Now let's talk about LinkedIn. I saw a post recently, a meme, and the person said, LinkedIn is not part of God's plan for my life. And I just, somehow I can relate, because it's like, if God should say, some people say, if God should tell them that, oh, you will be successful through LinkedIn, they'll have to go and make God and say, God, between me and you know you cannot work. Because LinkedIn has now become a place where, when you go there, you see things like, I am happy to announce, I am thrilled to announce that I just got this job at this, I just got this job at that. So, for LinkedIn, is it better to stay consistently on LinkedIn, right, or to be creative? So is it consistency that works, or creativity?
That's a beautiful question. And there are two ways I would like to answer this. And it depends on the part you want to see it. Now, I mean, first of all, I think you earlier said it. When you are putting your content online, the goal is for people to see it, right? So when people talk about Affinity Matrix, I don't relate to that, right? Because, I mean, why are we here in the first place, right? Because you want people to see your content. So I think the only context there that lies there is that you want the right people to see your content. So there's that, right? There's the pressure part where people say, oh, I'm 21 and I've built 2 unicorns and stuff like that, right? So yes, there's parts where people lie and people exaggerate their position, right? Just like my brother posted about 2 days ago now, said announcing job that even HR have not heard of, right?
Oh my God,
it's crazy. But I feel what I really want to focus on is sometimes it's not even really about speaking. Okay, let me do it this way. It is important to talk about what you do, but more importantly is the fact that you used to unlock your destiny when you connect to people that matter in your space. One of the things I did earlier on, right? Because I'm not looking for money again, right? But one of the things I did earlier is to connect with people in that space, and they gave me those opportunities. That was how I got an IT placement. So when you say LinkedIn is not for you, honestly, I try to wonder what that is about, right? So maybe the person is seeing it from the standpoint of, oh, maybe creating content and making those announcements. No, I'll say at this stage, because I'm still trying to build a career, connect to people in that space, right? They will unlock opportunities.
Right? Doing LinkedIn is first to see LinkedIn as a platform of inspiration, right? So take for example, you're in a department and say you don't like a lecturer because of how maybe he or she presents himself and all of that. There's a chance that you are not exactly pass the lecturer's course, because you already have a mental orientation about the fact, oh, this lecturer is not good and I don't really like him and all of that. So you don't pay attention to things that don't matter that he has to share with you. Right? Same applies to LinkedIn. You can just see LinkedIn as a platform for oppression. Again, you will not get inspired by the platform, right? And again, I want to touch on this. Inspiration is always been enough, but discipline to act on those inspirations is going to be enough, right? So you get today, let's say for example, in this 2025, you attended about 50 conferences, and you were driving inspiration from one of those conferences. If you don't drive discipline from those inspirations or act on, that inspiration, you might end up not even achieving anything by attending several events, right? So it's important that you see it as a platform for inspiration, then act on that inspiration by connecting to people that matters to you to drive, your growth and profession to the next, phase and all of that, right? Because on LinkedIn now, there was time around June, right? I had visa denial. I was meant to travel to Finland for the ICF conference, right? And I came out publicly. I wrote a public appeal to the embassy. I got my visa, right? On LinkedIn, I've gotten the Dana Award, which is the most prestigious award the person can get, under 25, and I was able to give Planetarium Media when it came to Nigeria, right? So don't just see LinkedIn as a platform for oppression. Try to drive inspiration from the platform and be able to do so much more in your own different spaces. So yes, sir.
Thank
So much, sirs. You know what I love the most about our speakers is that they are dropping value with simple sentences. So if you don't catch up, you just think that they are dropping value in very simple words that you can relate and you can just get once and for all. Thank you so much, sirs. All right. So for both of you, sirs, this is collaboration, and you had to know that you were the right persons for each other. So at what point did you know this is the right person I want to work with? So it's two questions, and then at that point where you're like, me too, she won't go teacher. So yes, these questions for both of you, and yes.
Okay, so one fun fact: I met Emmanuel Agency in 2021. Yeah, I mean, money was very big at the time. Actually, I mean, he had to make the email or something at the time. Okay, before he went to the email on LinkedIn, right? So I mean, I saw what he was doing. I saw that, I mean, we could align on what he was doing. I mean, I was studying nursing, I was studying engineering. That's like two different paths, right? But I saw a vision, someone that has a vision that, I mean, aligns with mine. And I mean, we started gradually, right? We connected online, we started, I mean, talking, and over the years, we started, right, to build something different, right? I mean, I started with the local, promotion. I mean, that was, the first edition was in 2023, right? Money was part of the speakers at the time. And gradually we had subsequent editions and we moved to reorganizing into local Nigeria. I can say for a fact that this just completed conference that happened in Lagos. I learned so many lessons, right? And if I hadn't collaborated with Maro, I don't think we would have had that big and large scale event happening in Lagos, right? But again, it's majorly about the principles of understanding relationships, right? I mean, over the years, I'm someone that I'm very big on relationships. I don't fight with people as much. But of course, we have, I mean, some to fight, but we have a way to always settle. I think one principle we have to settle fight is we don't take fights over the next day. We address everything on the spot and just say, this is what you did wrong, this is what you did wrong, this is what you tried, right? And we settle it, and of course, we move on to doing other things. And that side, we're able to, I mean, understand how to manage conflict, right? And focus on what matters. That has really helped us over the years in our relationship as well, right? So I think understanding relationship has really helped both of us to, I mean, punch ahead in what we're really doing. And I can also say for a fact that in just completed conference that we had in Lagos, we had most of the funding we got, but from people that, I mean, people were put connected with, right? Say that, oh, sir, I have this idea, I have this event coming up, this is what we're trying to achieve. And because they saw the money what we're trying to do, they, I mean, invested heavily, right, in what we're trying to do in Lagos, Nigeria, right? So, I mean, our relationship has been one that has been very beautiful, right? And, I mean, if there's one thing that I would love to, I mean, tell every young person is find your person, right? And be with someone that, I mean, aligns with what you're trying to do. So, yes.
Emmanuel.
Okay, so like I said, when I'm speaking, I might be making so many references to Adas conference. So, I think the point I want to make now is very important for people that are just like me. And when I say just like me, what I mean is introverts, right? That I'm introverted actually, right? It's just because of the nature of this my work, I have to like speak, right? And also church too, because I was an usher in my church. So, as an introvert, we see that one of the things that is very key to this is that you always want to be by yourself. Right, you always want to stay in your own presence, or right, to yourself, to your thoughts, to your the way you see the world works. And one of the limitations to that is that it tends to make you want to walk alone, right? But the most amount of money you can make in this life is when you work with teams, when you work with people. And this event actually opened my eyes to it. And just like you said, if I have to work on this individually, yes, we'll pull massive stuff, right? But it cannot be compared to when you work together, right? And I just believe that, I mean, I'm so bullish and positive about it for the next edition and next event. It's going to be more than that, right? I mean, let me just share, we're able to raise, I'm not the exact figure, right? Over $10,000, right, for the event, right? And from where I stand, I know that, I mean, we're targeting like maybe $50,000, $100,000, right? That's because we know this thing is possible. And this is not like maybe a startup that are giving people equity, and you can know how hard it is to raise those level of funding, right? But because we've been able to, again, there are so many things to why this is possible. And one is that we've been there for 5 years now, right? And so there's that social proof, there's credibility, even if yes, it's the first event, right? But I mean, you can't tell that this is the first. So I said all that to say this, that collaboration is key. You need to come out of your shell, right? People know about what they're doing, right? And see how you can plug yourself into a project. Because they all have a way of building you in ways you can't understand. And once you get yourself into a project like this, you will want to like find yourself in spaces like this, right? Where you can collaborate ideas and then do big things. And I think for conflict resolution, I mean, you always have time, right? When two big forces are trying to join together, so you can have some little clash of vision here and there. But I think at the end, one of the things that really helped us is we know that, see, this is what we're doing. So when we have differences, we can talk about it. And I think one thing that really helped us is, well, speaking from a place of understanding, right? I'm not necessarily trying to hurt you. You're not also trying to do that to me because I know we've been friends over the years. And we know that the relationship you built or you have has a way of taking you far, right? So you just try to see how you can manage those conflicts and don't allow them to define you. So yeah, summary is that, I mean, build with people, right? Because you cannot go far alone. Or how do you put it? Let me rephrase. If you want to go far, go alone. If you want to go together. Yes.
Thank you so much, Taz. Thank you. Don't identify means that you're the miracle we're waiting for. Identify. Thank you. and empowering the next generation of inventors. Please, ladies and gentlemen, for pioneering initiative that provides scholarships and leadership opportunities for young professionals. So you need scholarship, you need leadership opportunities. Go to Mr. Fashino. Please welcome Mr. Fashino. Now I'll hand over to our judges to undo the pictures.